the barriers are normally going to come in our thoughts, our feelings, our urges. So these three components we've talked about, the internal thought experiences we have, the emotional sensations we experience, and the urges to do behaviors. Also our external situation, is going to be a barrier sometimes to this stuff. So, the barriers in our thoughts, if we're depressed, our mind is going to be in that negativity bias more, and it's going to turn everything into a negative prediction about the future, to some degree. So you start to savor something, it's going to say, well, think about, you can't do anything in your life right now because of your depression. Or it's going to say, well, what about those other people? They have more. Or, what about that injustice we've experienced? So it's going to kind of link to the negative stuff a lot, negative rumination. And a lot of that negative rumination is very justified. Again, we're not saying that it isn't true, that there is some real tragedy and injustice and pain here. However, we're wanting to do what serves you best. And what serves you best is often diffusing from those thoughts and cultivating this stuff anyway. And using our attention to do that. So we're going to use diffusion with those thoughts. The barriers in the body is sometimes anxiety is triggered when we start to do joyful things because we don't trust it, or the depression is there. There's this numbness, this anhedonia. It's difficult to feel positive emotion, so it's a barrier. Or, the positive emotion is a small flicker, but there's a huge raging fire of anger, sadness, fear, shame, something else. So again, we want to turn to acceptance tools, name and make room for it, extend self-compassion to the difficult feeling, and then turn towards the little flicker of positive emotion. And just like a fire, if we give our attention and nurture that, in the right way, like we've done today, it will grow and we'll experience more of it. Now, we don't want to do it clinging to it either. Positive emotions like negative ones will come and go and rise and fall. So, it's just nurturing them when there's the potential for them, not trying to rigidly hold on to them, because that will create struggle and suffering, and probably the negative emotions we're trying to avoid as well. If we're highly anxious, it's hard to enjoy anything because those feelings are so intense and severe. So again, we want to accept, make room, and then get our attention in the toward move, the positive experience. And then the urges. So we might have urges to be very busy and not make time to enjoy stuff. We might have urges to do destructive behaviors that cause us pain, that might give us a temporary high, small high, but then pain in the long run, or they escape from things. And even as we're doing those escape moves, we might be in so much pain that we can't actually even enjoy, the thing we're doing to try and help ourselves. So we've got to surf those urges, the urges to do the away moves. Acknowledge the urge, make room for it, name it, connect to our motivation to do something different, our values and goals, and then engage in a valued alternative and use presence, curiosity, savoring, gratitude to enhance it all. And hopefully we'll get some flow along the way as well. Give it a go, give it a practice through the week. Think to yourself now, when am I going to do this savoring? When am I going to do this gratitude practice? Set a reminder, put a reminder on your phone, remind yourself to do it. Otherwise we might forget. Do some reflection, after the course today, this evening. Think, connect with this goal to do some savoring, to do some gratitude. Think about it, think it through a few times. Think, okay, today I'm going to savor this. Okay, today I'm going to savor this. Do that reflection, and then hopefully it will start to come to you and become something that supports you with everything you're going through.